lot of lawyers pull out all the stops. A lot of words in their hands. I felt a lot of women refuse to understand. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. You see it in the papers, you read it every day. The riots and the fires going on in South LA. The muggers and the government, they're all wanting the same thing. They take you for your money, and whatever else bring. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. Take me. Sunny skies, the smell of palm tree air. Looking back, I could never feel fair. The way the music has touched my soul, the way that the South holds its control. But I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to the lands of the new. Oh, na 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 na. That I have lost my friend. Got the sunset on the highway again. Then I get lost on a long summer day. I must go back before it's too late. You're afraid, you're feeling alone. Time and space can never afford. The holidays can ring in your fear. The ghostly embrace can only mean tears. And I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to land of the blue. Oh, na 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 na. Sitting at the lake, I'm feeling confused, but I had my desire, so I played this blues. But I'm afraid, what might be true, that I might never be back Someone to take me down at night. Someone to make my day. New revelation fills my soul. Oh, I can waste away. You distracting my attention. You're all that's on my mind. You not looking for perfection, but you're too hard to find. Now the first night is coming, and I know what to do. You know that nothing feels sweeter than someone I need to taste your life again. I need a rendezvous. New revelation just fill my soul. Beginning and ends with you. Distracting my attention. You're all that's on my mind. You not looking for perfection, but you're too hard to find. Now the first night is coming, and I know what to do, yeah. You know that nothing feels real than someone else, yeah. Now the first night is coming, and I know what to do, yeah. She knows that nothing feels sweeter than someone else. Yeah, don't it seem funny that I'm in love with you, yeah. You know that nothing feels sweeter than someone else. Yeah, 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 you. Oh, you. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Oh, yeah. All right. Hey, yeah, yeah. Where did my color go? Got your head in the sand. You can't be in control, using a powerful hand. I wanna be you, I wanna see you. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. You're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. yeah. Cat learns to ring a bell. Rat gets free from the maze. We can be taught to love. We've got to learn a new way. I wanna be, taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. You're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shadows. Push me to the edge, add a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue. Yeah. I wanna see, taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. Push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, add a little color, it's black and white and blue. Yeah, black and white and blue. And it went to the 4. That is just awesome because I am so out of whack today. There we go. How you doing? All right, we are here again. You know what, Sean? I think we should do a country tune too. I think we should do a country. Where they're talking in the chat right now about having an Astro band doing, and when the people out there were pre-gaming, I put that out there. I guess about 6 months ago, doing, and it's still going to happen. It's called Astro Jam. And I think the first one was going to be me, Warren, Sean, Ron, and we needed a drummer. I think Dylan said he was going to do drums. And it's good. We're going to do "Walking on the Moon" first, but by the Police. But hey, who knows? That's something for 2024 or 2020, 2023. Jeez,
2020. Yeah. Let's not go. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves.
Oh man, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. And for those of you that noticed, I actually put the right season and episode number. This is season 4, episode 2 of AstroWorld. This is unbelievable. So we got to do the sponsors. Fashionably late. Hey, Charity, how you doing? And yeah, congratulations to the World Junior Champs, Canada. Got to say congrats to them. So for the hockey, for you hockey fans out there, I know Pete and I. So Eric, they're not redoing the game.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they're not redoing.
So this is going to get So it's I'm totally confused.
Well, you know what? That's fine. The good news is that he is talking and breathing.
Thank God for that.
And it's just a matter of time if we find out what kind of damage, if any, was happened from him not breathing for a couple of minutes. But
they said it was no neural damage. They said, thank goodness there was no neural damage or anything, no signs of neural damage.
Yeah, only time will tell. And we hope we throw out all the good wishes to the family. It's just amazing that this person is talking this quickly of a rebound. Is amazing. But anyway,
it is.
Out to AstroWorld. There we go. That's the sports off the rails for tonight. So that being said, let's do the sponsors really quick because we got some stuff to go through tonight. We're giving away a Masters of Pixinsight class again, so we'll be doing that tonight. But let's do the sponsors real quick. All right. So thank you to our sponsors again. We have a bunch of sponsors. We just gave out. Did we just do Wednesday night? We did a Woodland Hills
gift certificate 2 nights ago? Yeah, I think we did. $50.
We did IP for AP and Masters of Pixinsight. No, we did Masters of Pixinsight.
Did we? I think we
Yeah,
should have
that's
done
what we
Woodland
did.
Hills. We gotta do Woodland Hills. I'm so out of whack tonight, guys. So if I'm out of sorts tonight, please forgive me. So Woodland Hills Camera and Telescopes, thank you so much. We'll be giving, if we didn't do one on Wednesday, we'll do one tonight too. We'll do one tonight as well. So we'll make up for that because that was on the calendar. Damn, 2023 screwed me all up. So Red Giant level, Prima Luce, Camera Concepts, and Optolong. Looking on getting some more filters from Optolong for 2023. We're going through the they're interested and they are going through the contract, so we're going to see what we could get from them. So a lot of fun. Super Giant level, Masters of Pixinsight and IP for AP have returned to us to be our number one sponsor for 2023, and we'll be giving away again. We're going to be giving away one IP for AP yearly subscription per month for the rest of this year, along with one Masters of Pixinsight class every week, every Friday until either I die and the show stops, or Masters of Pixinsight goes out of business. So I think that's actually if I die.
We hope that both of those don't happen for a very, very long time.
Yeah, me too. So. And if not, Eric, I'll send you the file so the show can continue. So, so there you go. So thank you to them as well. All of our member sponsors that have supported us over the past couple of years. We still have no takers on the Off the Rails members, so it'll be interesting to see if anybody does it. Thank you, Sean. You're awesome. Thank you for the donation. Feel free to tip the band. Feel free to tip the band. You can do it by hitting that little $ button on there and just send us some cashola so we can get some more giveaways. So that's what we do. Red Giant members, again, for those of you that don't have that little Patreon sign on there, please feel free to convert over to Patreon. But if you like doing the YouTube way is fine as well. But they're all the same price, but it's just easier to track. Main sequence members and Protostar members. There we go. If you missed it, last Wednesday we had Don Goldman from Astrodon. Unbelievable presentation. The guy's just great. He's a lot of fun. Talking about all of his filters and what his thoughts are moving forward with Astrodon filters. A lot of fun. Can't wait to have him back. Eric, why don't you talk about what's going on Wednesday?
Yes, I can't wait. We are going to be hosting Reach for the Stars, or RFC for the Stars. Carlos, maybe even he'll bring his lovely wife on, not sure. But I've been talking about Reach for the Stars for a while now. They are an Arizona-based charity, 501c charity. And what they do is they support children who are struggling with mental health issues, be it depression, anxiety, bullying, cyberbullying, you name it, and letting these kids know that there is an alternative versus, the bad things that sometimes these kids go through and they think about, because young people and teen suicide, it's incredible. It's incredibly high, especially now in our age of information where you have so much cyberbullying and everything else. So Carlos and his wife and so many others in their area who work for Reach for the Stars, they help these children through astronomy to cope and deal with the mental health issues and the things that they deal with, every day. So this is basically a fundraiser. So I would really like everyone's support. They do this. They do STEM classes. They do outreach. They do food drives and food giveaways to people and families who are less fortunate than us, I can actually say that I'm very blessed to be in the position I'm in and to be able to bring Reach for the Stars to you guys. Again, you guys can go to rftstars.com and check them out and read a little bit more about what they're trying to accomplish. But yeah, we're really looking forward to having Carlos on Wednesday, and he's going to do a presentation and go into even more detail than I ever could about what he's doing, and what he and his wife and everyone in their community are trying to accomplish to help these children.
I'm playing around with your screen, so I apologize about that. Just trying to get so when we're talking a little bit, we could kind of see our people.
Well, yeah. So as you can see here, they do food programs, they do homeless outreach, they do assistance with families who may not have as much as we do, who don't have as much as we do, and it's something that's really, really special. And I think it's very important, and we need to support, what they're doing and these children. So it's just amazing. It really, really is. So again, go to RFT Stars, and I believe it's rftstars.com.
Yep.
And yeah, it is. It's rftstars.com, and reach out and just listen or read, listen to their intro, read about what they're trying to accomplish and what they're trying to do. And then come next week, we really hope we can count on everybody's support.
Nice. All right. And then following that, we got Craig Stocks on for the 25th. And he's going to be going over all of his APP workflow. So it's going to be a lot of fun with that. And I'm interested because I know almost zero about APP, but and every time I use it, I screw it up. So I definitely want to take a look at that. So Craig Stocks coming on January 25th. And again, as usual, join us on Discord, which is our biggest one out of all of them besides the YouTube channel. We have 106 people on the Discord channel. A lot of great information, a lot of good people, and a lot of fun on that. So come and join us on our Discord channel. The link is in the description below. So go check us out.
And definitely do us a favor. We've got how many? 29 people watching right now.
Yep.
I want to make sure all 29 of you guys and gals, everybody who's part of our community, do us a big favor. If you're on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. We would really appreciate that. If you're on Facebook, share to public. Give us a like. We would really appreciate that because it really helps us out, and it really gets AstroWorld out further onto the forefront of when people are looking up astrophotography in their YouTube searches. It gets us out there, so we really, really would appreciate it that you guys would, if you like what we're doing, give us a thumbs up and definitely share the show and join, subscribe, and we would really appreciate it.
Awesome. All right. So a couple of scheduling things to go over just real quick before we get to the brass tacks here. So we were doing a lot of talking about, getting the members involved in presentations on the show. So I thought about it, and I think that everybody's right. I think it's a great idea. And what I want to do is I want to start it this month. I want to start it on the last Friday of the month.
Okay.
So if anybody is interested in becoming doing a presentation on something that they do or something they want us to see or present on the show, feel free to hit me up at dan@astroworldweb.com, and or if you have or on the Discord, or if you're interested, let me know, and we'll slate you in on the AstroWorld calendar. We'll put you in. Sean, you're
Absolutely.
always in. Feel free. Just, you don't need an invite. Just, just let me know when you want to come on. I'll throw you on. Just, but so just, let me know. It's going to be on the last Friday of every month. And we'll set it up. So let me know. I know Josh wanted to do it. I know Ernie wanted to do it. So I want to do one a month. So, I mean, we got 12 slots open. So just let me know. Hit me up.
Nice.
And
I think it'd be great to have an opportunity, for others, that are within our community here to have an opportunity to share, what they're doing,
Absolutely.
share their share some of their expertise or some of, maybe the struggles that they have. We're all human, and and there's, moments where, we have head scratcher moments about, why isn't this working? Why isn't that working?
Yep.
Or, those moments where, we've done something and we just, and it was so frustrating. We did something, we don't know what we did. It was so frustrating, but we have a really cool story behind it. And to share that story or something, or that experience, we'd love to hear about it. It would be a lot of fun.
And we're going to be bringing back the critique night, and we're going to put it on the schedule now. So we're going to actually schedule critique nights. Critique nights will be the second Friday of the month. I'm trying to standardize things a little bit, try and make people, it's good to be off the rails, and it's good to be kind of talk about all the stuff that we talk about, but I'd like to have like a basis foundation of what we're actually doing, so people could know. And if people, people could decide whether they want to see us or not. I mean, we have a hardcore group in there of the people that are there every week, and we love all you guys. But if somebody wants to know kind of the basis of what we're talking about, it'd be good to do that. And then the other remaining Fridays will be the topic nights. You know what I mean? And we're just going to talk about certain topics. And then all Wednesdays, hopefully, will be, guest stars, people that are, and that's it. And that'll make it a lot easier, so, and a little bit more pointed, but fun.
Yeah. Well, today is January 6th, right? So I thought I had a really cool idea. Just us, us astro imagers. Sometimes
I know what you did. You're leading an insurrection, and you're buying a new peer against your wife's wishes.
No.
Oh.
No. So every once in a while, we have new astro imagers or people who sometimes are trying to make a decision on what target should I image. If you have clear skies and you are trying to think about what target you should image, and tonight, say, for example, I just pulled up one of, Ruben's book here, the 100 best astrophotography targets.
Yep.
So you can get this on Amazon or Books A Million or wherever. But looked up and for January 6th, and what did it give me? NGC 1499.
Of course it did.
The California Nebula is right there, January 6th.
There you go.
So, it also has, it's also a Sharpless designation, Sharpless 220, and in the constellation Perseus. And it's a big nebula. I mean, 145 by 140 arc minutes. So it's a really good size. And this is definitely a lot of H2. So grab your H alpha, and even your you can even do it in the Hubble palette. I've seen some images of the California Nebula that were just gorgeous, and they're not always just red, but I mean they incorporated. It almost looks like a rainbow. What they've done.
Yeah, Jessie did a little one that was a lot of fun with it. Yeah, she did like a yellow, blue, green kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. These are gorgeous when you have these different interpretations, different renditions that people do, because even like what Don's mentioned on Wednesday, it's technical art.
Yep,
you know,
exactly.
so it's art, and so yes, you're definitely going to need a large field of a wide or a small refractor. You need a large field of view. I could recommend, something maybe under 600 millimeter focal length or under, to really get the nebula. So yeah, I would just, so if you got clear skies, because unfortunately me here in Illinois and in the Midwest, we've been fighting it. We haven't had clear skies for a while, but if you're lucky enough to have clear skies, here's a option, for you just for January 6th, but you can do it, almost this is one that it's usually around. You can usually get California almost year round, can't you? If facing north,
Almost.
I mean, pending, yeah, it's almost, you can get almost year round. So, and it's a great beginning. It's a great target for those who are, not who are slightly beginners, and they're getting into wanting to capture narrowband. It's a great narrowband target. So, definitely.
It looks like Charity is going to Ecuador soon, and she was wondering what she'll be able to view from Ecuador. And I looked it up, and being at 1 degree latitude.
Oh yeah, you're right there on the equator. I mean,
so you'll be able to see just about everything. If you're there the whole year. But
yeah, you will.
You'll miss. I guess if you put it in percentage, you'll miss 1% of the sky, I think, at 1 degree, because you're not exactly at the equator. Because 1 degree, you're going to be 1 degree off the south, so you'll miss a little, but you'll get 99.99% of everything. So
yeah, I mean, you're right. Yeah, being right there at the equator, I mean, you're going to get southern hemisphere. You can get northern hemisphere. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
I remember
she just said she's only going to be there for a few days. So you'll be able to see, you'll get a little bit, you get the best of both worlds. You'll have the southern and the northern, and you're gonna see quite a lot more. If I was you, I would tell you to, if you're gonna be mostly northern latitudes where you live, I would tell you to just concentrate on the south and see what you can see for those 5 days.
Yeah, definitely. If you live primarily in the north, if it was me, I would try to get southern targets as much as I can. I would try to get Tarantula or Eta Carina, the Dragons, all those, whatever, the Great Magellanic Cloud, whatever.
I can't pronounce it either. Don't worry.
Yeah, whatever I could grab that's facing towards the southern hemisphere.
Centaurus A.
Yeah, Centaurus A. Oh man, Centaurus A is a really cool looking galaxy. I love that squiggle.
Yeah, that little S. They should have called it Centaurus S. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know why they called it Centaurus A, but that's the S in that. Cat's paw.
Yeah, so definitely, grab those southern targets, or even if it's just one or two, depending on your weather. If you're lucky enough to do it, if you're taking, a DSLR or, with a good size 200 millimeter or 135, go for it. Have some fun with them. Yeah, and enjoy yourself.
The interesting thing is when I was down in New Zealand, everything is upside down. What you're so familiar with up here, it takes you a couple of nights to figure out, okay, what am I really looking at? And then you got to really turn your head upside down to kind of focus on it. And it's really different if you've never been used to it.
Yeah, that's wow.
It looks like, I think we just got our first off the rails member on Patreon. And Okay. Thank you, Sean, for for being our first off the rails. I believe that's an off the rails member. I got to do it. I got to do a conversion factor in Canadian dollars, but I'm pretty sure that's the off the rails. But Sean, you're the man. I'm gonna have to edit my pledge to you again. So,
Oh,
so
thank you. Oh yeah, but Gideon, you're right. Yeah, the fried chicken nebula, the chicken nebula.
the KFC nebula.
Yeah, that would be one.
I saw a. I'm sorry, Pete. You said you wanted to talk about something. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. That was just what it is that when you're down there, I mean, you're so used to Northern Hemisphere and the way the constellations are aligned and the orientation. When you get down there, it's a whole different, for the first 2 or 3 nights, it takes you a while to have to get used to seeing how everything is orientated. And especially when you're looking at Orion and it's upside down, it's like, wait a minute. It's just really odd to see it because it's just so different because, you spend your whole life looking at Northern Hemisphere targets. So you're just so used to star hopping. Down there, you're like, wait a minute, I'm kind of lost here until you finally get used to it. But it's a lot of fun, though.
Can you imagine looking at, you're down there in New Zealand? Yeah, like to your point, Pete, you're in New Zealand or something, and now you look at and you realize, wait a minute, that's Orion. Why is he on his head?
Yeah, exactly. And I want to know if the toilet is reverse when it goes down.
They do. It does swirl.
I want a video of that.
It actually swirls counterclockwise.
That's funny.
That's hilarious. So yeah, I also saw another thing about the Pimp My Rig contest on that we were talking about doing about the pimp your mount and whatever.
Yeah.
So we got to talk about that too because that's on my notes too. The Pimp My Rig right there, and but that's going to be a lot of fun to do. So and the if anybody also wants to be on the Meet Our Members page that's being developed, please give me a bio and a picture and all that kind of stuff, and we'll throw that up there as well. Let's see.
Nice.
All right, so member presentation. I guess Josh is going to be the first one. He wants to talk about asteroids. So
okay.
Whenever you want to send it, Dylan, just send it to dan@astroweb.com and throw it up there. If you want to just email me a pic or if it's a big pic. And you know what? And I thought about this for critique night. For critique night, do we want to request the project files or just to see how they got there? If there's any issues with the picture, to see kind of if we can.
I mean,
kind of play around with it.
That it would maybe helpful, but sometimes project files they can get pretty big.
Well, you could dump it in the Google Drive, and
yeah, no, it's just I'm just saying they get pretty big, so you have to. So I guess you'd want to make sure you download those things maybe ahead of time.
Yeah, if you want to send us a picture and you have an issue with it, or you want us to see maybe we would do anything different, send us the project files and I'll download them for the show. But you can't send it that day. You know, it's gonna take a while. Yeah, it's gonna take a while to download. But please, feel free to do it because it's a lot of fun playing with other people's data and then seeing what we come up with.
Yeah.
Eric, no problem, Eric. The M42, the M42 critique. I remember that. Yeah. Turns out my Canon camera is 44 millimeters and the T-ring is 10, so I've ordered a 1 millimeter spacer. So there you go. Hopefully that solves the issue.
Yeah.
And you know what? You know what I got today? I got the precise parts piece for my flattener for the AP scope. I got it two weeks ahead of time. I don't know how that happened, but usually it's 4 weeks. I got it in 2. I don't know how that happened. They must be either moving faster or I don't know. But precise parts came. So the only thing I'm waiting on, which is coming on Monday, is the repaired filter wheel.
Okay.
and I should be good to go.
Good.
Dan, I put an order in for Precise Parts today for what's behind me. He's going to ship it on January 13th.
Yeah, what's
So
going
I
on? It's weird as hell.
just learned a question now. Maybe it's the beginning of the year. We got to just order everything at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, and anything you can order from Precise Parts, call me. I might have it. So
Yeah, it's crazy.
That
Man.
is true. You got quite a bit in that closet, man.
dude, I got a crap ton of. I don't even know what I have. I'm gonna send everything to Pete, and Pete's gonna measure everything for me because it needs to be. It's crazy. I literally probably have about $1,500 worth of, no, probably more, probably about $3,000 of Precise Parts in there.
But Dan, don't you tag it? Don't you just get like masking tape and then tag it? Because that's what I do with all my Precise
No, I'm
Parts.
stupid. I didn't do any of that. I'm doing it now, but I'm not. It's like now I'm saving the pieces of paper and writing on the paper, and then coinciding that with a number. So I have a tag on each one with a number. So number 1, and then I'll look for Precise Parts paper number 1, and that's what it is.
That's funny.
It's crazy. Let's
I tell ya.
root. They want to root through. They want to root through the camera. Let's.
Seriously, I'd be curious just to see what Precise Parts you got there, because I guarantee you've got something that somebody could use. If it's not being used, we should just go ahead. Hey, there we go. We got to have an online classified section.
There you go.
There you go.
Let's see, where's the HG webcam? 920. There you go. There's that. There you go. All right. Let's see if I could do this real quick. I don't know if I have enough wire space to do this. Let's see. Yeah, I do. All right. So here we go. All right. So here we go. All right. And this is my disaster. This is my disaster of a room, and I still have the picture that was given to me with the very suggestive looking telescope.
We can't see it. If you're pointing to something, we can't see it.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what?
Because all we see is your shirt.
Because that's not on there. Okay, so hold on. Let me.
There we go.
Let me change
this.
Okay,
no, it's on the YouTube feed.
Yeah, it's on the
so
YouTube
I see it on
feed.
YouTube.
Yeah. So look at the YouTube feed. So this is my disaster of a room here, and I'm trying to see. These are all my Star Wars cards. There you go. See, stuff like this. There you go. Star Wars cards. There you go. And all my ASCAR and my studio, my Giotto, whole bunch of stuff. But anyway, we'll get to what you want to see.
Hold it. Go back to that corner. What do I see?
What?
What do I see? Hold it. Go back into that corner. Right there. What's that? What's that? Is that the?
Is that the what? I can't hear you.
Is that the Ever Ready Bunny? Look at that. What is that thing in the corner there with the eyes?
Oh, this?
Look at that. Hold it. There you go. What is that? The Ever Ready Bunny.
No, it's.
Oh, he's got all kinds of stuffed animals. Isn't that cute?
Man, look at that. Even they ended up in the closet of death.
Hold on a second.
Those puppies.
The battery's dead.
Oh, it's too bad.
Oh man.
Anyway.
Oh my gosh.
So that I gave my wife for Valentine's Day sometime. I don't know, but so.
But it ended up in your closet of death, though, didn't it?
No, that's not that's on my desk. That's on my studio desk. This is how much of a mess this is. This is the closet of death in here.
All right, let's try to stabilize.
I'm working on it. I'm trying to move things. All right. So here we go. There we go. Got closet of death here and CWO stuff. I got some EAF stuff. I got a flat.
Is that one of those lithium power tanks?
Yeah, right up here. Yeah. That's one.
Oh my gosh.
That's one. Soul Searcher that was given to me by a member. That's for a giveaway. What else? I got plenty of like Prima Luce rings.
Man, Dan, I'm going to start calling you.
There you go.
Billy.
An Eclipse thing. What else? What else is in here? Here's a flat panel. A flat panel I don't use anymore. There you go.
My closet.
Um,
That's good, Dan.
this is part of like a that setup that I had for the camera. Bunch of
That's like your DS. Would that like for a DSLR?
Yep.
Okay.
Bunch of wee pads if you need any.
Eric I think I see the apple in there.
I got a thing for dovetails here. Right there. Those are just dovetails. I got more stuff down here. I got
welcome to Astro Hoarder.
You want some really long dovetails? I got them, but the whole thing is it's too. I got more dovetails down here.
Eric, it's like those people that buy those closets, right? Those storage lockers. And you open it up.
Here's the pride and joy right here. There you go.
Jesus Christ.
Windows 95 compatible right there.
Oh my gosh.
Dan, you are a hoarder, aren't you?
Pride and joy.
You really are a hoarder.
Actually, you know what? That came into the store. That came into the store, and I told Jeff I was taking it, so I took it because it was too cool. What else do I have in here? I have anything? But the coolest thing is like when I close this up. The problem is that all my precise part stuff, it's so heavy. It's in here. I have tons of precise parts stuff in there.
Well, let's see what's in there. Then open them up. Let's take a gander here.
All right, let me put this back first. Let me put this back.
Astro Storage Wars by Dan Higgins.
There you go.
No kidding.
Oh my God. Okay. And then I'll change over to.
We should do it right now. We should start the bidding. We should start the bidding right now.
Okay.
Here, Dan, I'll give you my firstborn.
Thank you. I'm being fed right now, so.
Dan, the Astro
no
Hoarder.
kidding. I need to come to Long Island too and raid Dan's closet.
All right, so
That's
let me get
Astropon USA.
Let me get back to the re-up. There we go. So
Dan,
here we go.
That's your new nickname, Astro Hoarder.
So hey, you know what? You never know. You never know what you need. I mean, when are you gonna need something like this? I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's huge.
It's an M98. Look at the size of that thing. That's an M98.
But it's got I think this is the Asato. This is for the Asato because it's got the bayonet in the back. I got two of them. I got another one with a bayonet in the back too. This is another bayonet.
And that's a precise part?
This is all precise part stuff.
So what did you get the Asato for then?
I needed to get something a little bit longer for the Asato to the Arco. I don't know.
I can't remember.
This I don't even know what this is. I think this one has a piece of paper in it. Hold, this one has a piece of paper in it. This is from Precise Parts, a custom adapter for the Feather Touch 391545 to the QHY 268. Thank you, Dr. Spiro, because that's in here now. So that's here. I have. I don't even know why this is in here. I have a Denkmeyer OCS in here. If anybody wants it, I have.
Hold it. I got an idea now for a show. Once a week, we go through the closet of death and we help Dan clean it out. And what we do then is if there's anything he wants to give away, we give away. Otherwise, we have an online auction. What do you think, Eric?
Oh, man.
Let's do it.
We can help Dan out. Like that's crazy. Like Dylan was saying, yeah, we can auction this stuff off, and he can pay off his house.
Swear to God, man, with the amount of money he spent on precise
Oh
parts.
man,
Look at this. These are again, are these
you
all
gotta-
precise
you
parts?
probably have enough. You probably have enough stuff in there to auction off and end up getting, you know, a Skyshed Pod S. A Sky, you know, you can get a Pod S, man. My goodness.
So Dan, are you
Oh,
serious?
Lord.
Is this all precise parts?
That is all precise parts. And then I got random Moonlight stuff. I got Moonlight adapters.
Holy
Hold on.
moly.
There's another Moonlight adapter here with the dropping shit.
Dude,
S big rings.
Charity is so right. Dan,
More
you can
Moonlight
build her
stuff.
She's saying build her a junkyard rig.
Telling you. I could probably do it. I could do it. But
It'll be a
anyway,
Frankenscope. It'll be a Frankenscope setup, man.
well, that's everything. But that's
Damn, I should have called you today, Dan, when I ordered that precise parts, because you might already have what it was I was looking for.
maybe. I don't know. Got a lot of stuff. Got a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff. You know what? You gotta donate $75 to AstroWorld. It's like a mystery box, and I'll just throw one in there. You get what you get.
God, that's funny, man.
That
The
is
crazy
something.
thing, though, that really is really odd.
And that's
is you
you know
didn't
nothing.
label them.
That's over years of collecting this stuff and changing rigs. And I change rigs like I change underwear, and that's why I never get any good pictures done. And so learn from me. Learn from the donkey. Learn from me. Don't change your rig like you change your underwear. Learn it, do it, get good pictures, move on. Don't do what I do. Astro Horde level perk, a mystery box.
Man, I swear to God, I've seen closets, but I've never seen something like that, Dan. That's the first for me.
I didn't say don't change your underwear.
Oh,
That's gonna
gracious
make
me.
that's gonna make the blooper reel right there. I'll tell you that. So why don't we talk a little bit about astrophotography like we really are supposed to be doing?
Yeah. I think that would be good.
Okay, the
Here
first
I am.
rule for
I'm
astro.
Here I am. I'm trying to talk about, you know, targets and, you know, and this, that, and the other. And I'm talking about auctions now.
The first rule for astrophotography is when you pre-plan your rig, but never change it. Otherwise, you end up like Dan.
I'm telling you. So you got January 6th, you got the California Nebula, right?
Yep.
Well, that's over. It's January 7th tomorrow. What about next week? What do we got? Since you got
Let's
the book
see.
there.
I've got the book here. And we are still okay. Nope, that's February. Looks like nice. Okay, next one will be the 21st. Actually, it has listed here. I see 2118.
2118.
I see.
I see the
2118.
Yep.
The Witch Head.
And that's next week.
Well, no, it's the 21st. It jumped from the 6th.
Yeah, okay.
This one, it jumped from the 6th to the 21st. That was the next one. And so in the Witch Head is definitely an RGB target.
Yep.
This is not narrowband. This is a broadband target. There's really nothing except there's no hydrogen or anything like that really in here.
There is.
There's a little bit, but
there's quite a bit.
Usually you would capture this with LRGB.
Yeah, but if you want that high, if you take a look at some long exposure hydrogens, there is a lot of. I mean, I'll show you a picture. It's crazy.
I mean, you'd have to spend some serious time.
Was it 21? Was it 2118 or?
So yeah, 2118. I see 2118.
I'll show you this picture. I know it's going to drive you nuts.
In the constellation is a merger of our two names, Dan. Eridanus. Eridanus.
Nice.
Eridanus. That's funny.
Let's see, where is it? It's,
But again, this is also another large field of view target. So you are seriously going to need a short refractor, or you know, if you've got a 200 millimeter, something like that.
Where is it? Where is it?
That's definitely what you're going to need.
There you go. Here's one of them. Hold on a second. And I'll share the screen real quick. And this doesn't really do it. There are better pictures out there, but just to give you an idea, this is what I found really quick.
The 21st is the new moon. Okay, so perfect time to go after, you know, a target like the Witch Head.
There you go. You see all that HA in there?
Okay, yeah. That is, and how long were the exposures for the hydrogen?
Let me see. I you know what? This is the first picture I saw, so give me a second. So it's oh wow, this is only according to this is only LRGB. Really? 13 hours though in total. Let's see. Let me go back.
Carol, yes. As a matter of fact, I was and am. So
what are you?
No, Carol was mentioning, she says here, Eric, last week you were looking for a way to score your light frames in AstroPixel processor. So she's saying that APP can do graphs of the star size and quality of the light frames. So it really helps her pick out the bad frames without blinking every frame.
Just so you know, this is with the that's an L Pro. That's not even what I'm trying. I guess I can't find. Maybe I was wrong.
Hey, it's Tarek.
I really thought there was some H alpha in there. This guy. I hate when people do me a favor. Everybody that uses AstroBin, please put stats in the pictures.
Dan, if
you
you're
know,
AstroBin,
yeah, that's one of the bummers, you know, that people don't do is put in, you know, their details.
Which
a bit more.
nebula with HA Steve Cooper in AstroBin?
There is, right? Okay, Steve. How you spell it?
Steve, Cooper. Which nebula with HA Steve Cooper?
Let's see. And I just saw it. It's on page 2. Page 2, there it is. There we go. Yep, 5 nanometer HA. There you go. So that's 6 hours of HA, 2 hours of each color.
Okay.
And looks like 6 hours of luminance, so 18 hours total. But there you go. Look at all that HA in there. So there is HA in there to be gotten. I kind of think it makes it looks kind of cool, but that's just me.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
But where are we at on the chat? I know I was messing around with this real quick.
I know, yeah, Sean, we've got 33 people watching. I want to see 33 thumbs up. I want us to hit that, give us a thumbs up. Click on that thumbs up, like the show. We really appreciate it. Come on, guys, you can do it.
Somebody took one away. We were at 26, now we're at 25.
Yeah, look, what the heck?
I bet you it was it was Sean.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so you know what? I think now that I'm thinking that my filter wheels are supposed to be on Monday or Tuesday.
Okay.
I'll put all my filters in. I'll take new flats. I'll take new darks. I'll take new everything. And I think I'll do that. Like I said, what I was going to do, my first mosaic is going to be the witch head with the AP. I think that's going to be the one. Because I'm going to need, it was him. I knew it was him. And I got to give Sean, I just got to give Sean a plug real quick. For those of you guys who don't know Sean, I'm sure everybody who's watching knows Sean. Go check him out on Visible Dark on his website, visibledark.ca, or his YouTube channel, Visible Dark. He does some great tutorials on Pixinsight, acquisition, and he's just an all-around great guy. So, I mean, just go check him out if you haven't checked him out. If you're not subscribed to him, subscribe to him. And don't forget Eric and his YouTube channel as well, Astro with Eric. Go check him out there. He's got, you know, he'll eventually come out with the FLT 91 video for Gideon. And you're muted again, Eric. You're muted again. No audio. 0.
Anything?
There you go.
Okay.
John, who? All these jokers out there.
Okay.
Sorry, everybody. I'm eating.
I
If you
will
see me duck,
you
I'm
know
eating.
what?
So
Holy cow. I will say this. I ended up getting the Melee, the quieter 3Q, and I will say I have to take a look at the some of the settings for the power and everything. I'm probably gonna look up Patriot Astro's videos. Who he puts out some really, really good videos when it comes to Nina, when it comes to setting up a mini PC like this.
yeah,
I believe
Chad does a great job.
Chad does a great job. So, but I will say, my goodness, this sucker does get warm.
I'm sure. Yeah.
It does get warm. So,
Don't put it underneath your telescope, man.
No, I mean, no.
waves.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Yeah, no. I have to figure out a way how to secure this to the pier. But I'm looking forward to, you know, getting everything set up on here and getting this going. So
yeah, Dave. I have not seen the GNB filter live yet. I'm going to be back in the store on I don't know how much of a big hit it's going to be. But you know, IDAS with their track record, I can't see it being, you know, horrible by any means. But I mean, I think you're right. I think it's going to be really used a lot more for a luminance filter than anything else. So.
No, Carol's got a question here regarding the witch head. How will you catch that with a one-shot color? I have only done broadband. Then all you really need is you can get just a light pollution. You have a light pollution filter, and so because you're gonna have your, you know, there's your RGB right there. Yeah, all you really need is a good light pollution filter, like maybe you can get and if you really want to bring out the H alpha, the NBZ, you know, put the NBZ on there and, you know, go for it and just take some nice long exposures and you'll get the witch head for sure.
Yeah, the L Extreme will work. The NBZ will be better.
Yes.
But the L Extreme will work.
Yeah, the L Extreme will definitely work.
In our opinion, at least, and I hate to say it because Optolong is one of our sponsors, because they make really good the 3 nanometer narrowband filters are just really, really tops for the price.
Yes.
The L Extreme and L Enhanced to me are not our color narrowband of choice. We tend to go to the IDAS, and I give Eric props all the time for bringing it to the show. I bought one after Eric bought one, and a lot of other people bought some from me at Camera Concepts, and we just can't keep them off the shelves. So I mean, you keep them on the shelves. But
yeah, I mean, it's a great. It really, really is. It's a really good filter.
Yeah. Yep. And the color balance is really good. So.
Yes. Yes. Corin, you should be able to get the witch head with a dual band filter. Because the main thing is you definitely with a one shot color and with say maybe just a standard light pollution filter, you're gonna get the RGB. The dual band, of course, we all most of you already know. If you don't know that, you're gonna really start to bring in that hydrogen alpha. So that is when and that's when you want to take those longer exposures with those dual band filters like the NBZ or the L Extreme or similar to that. But for just doing one shot color, get your standard IR cut or light pollution filter, especially if it's on the 21st, if it's the new moon, and just go. If you've got clear skies and if you can get it, go for it. Absolutely.
Yeah, George. It is a reflection nebula. I mean, we just showed a picture of the HA.
Yes, it is.
There's a lot of HA in the background that kind of, to me, it adds to the. I'm going to try and pronounce this right. The etherealness of the picture. Now, to me, the witch head, and I forget which star that is, that bright star that the witch is looking at. I forget what the name of it is.
I think is that Rigel?
Is it Rigel?
Yeah.
Yep. Thanks. Okay. So it looks to me, what it looks to me is that witch head is screaming at that star for being so bright. And when you got that red cloudy background behind it, it just it looks really cool. And that's what I'm going to end up doing. So what I'll do, hopefully, if we ever have clear skies on Long Island, I'll do LRGB. The new moon's coming up, like we spoke about. The new moon's coming up in a couple of weeks. Get the LRGB, and then when the moon gets bigger, grab the HA and take it from there. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah,
it's gonna be cool. And I want to have the length of the image in order to get the whole witch head, because that witch head hat, the hat of the witch head, that extends like so long. It like never ends. That hat, and it's going to be really cool.
Here, let me share my screen here real quick. Let me share this. Hide this. Can you guys see this?
Yeah, hold on a second. Let me make you a little bigger here. There we go. Yep.
Okay, so here, so if you can, because here's Rigel right there. And you can see there's a lot of hydrogen around here. And this was done with a, if I go back to the tech card here, this was done with a 135, a Rokin 135 with a 294 MC Pro. And just a UV IR cut filter to give you an idea of what you can use to grab this. And this was done by Joshua Carter. And actually, according to this was only an hour 30 minutes. So with just, and I think this is really interesting, to be able to pick up that hydrogen.
That's an hour and 30 minutes from where, though?
Sorry?
From where?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, this is in Japan. He took this in Japan, so not 100% sure.
Yeah, it could be anywhere from a Bortle 1 to a Bortle 8, depending where you are in Japan.
Yeah, and this was and it looks like this was done at this was done last year, 0.81 was the moon phase. So
yeah, so he did it just after new moon or just before new moon, one night.
yes, yeah, in one night. So just to give you that's just an idea of what you can utilize. So just wanted to share that.
Nice. Oh, excuse me, I'm eating at the same time I'm talking. Not very good.
All right, look at APOD. All right, fair enough. Let's take a look. All right. Let's check this one out.
You got it coming?
Yep. Wow. That's something.
Yep. Look at all that.
But look at all that look at all that hydrogen. And right there next, and Rigel is just
Blowing the F up.
Yeah. But my goodness, hey, still was able to grab an APOD off of this. So
yep.
Holy cow. It just shows, compared, if you're looking at Rigel here and comparing, the witch head, you got to wonder also how was the distance between the two?
Yep.
Because that it's not right next to one another, that there's got to be some sort of distance between them. But witch head says it spans over 50 light years. And then that's crazy.
Yeah, definitely need a little star shrink on Rigel, I think, but it looks pretty good. I like it. I like it. But you see that? See what I was talking about the hat? How high it goes?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It goes so. It actually goes even a little bit further than that. But
that's just amazing, though.
I think somebody had a question regarding of the 2600. I just answered this. Yeah, so the 2600.
Yes, it does have the IR
cut filter.
Yep.
2600 and the 6200 has it. I think that's
it.
Their
windows have already on the center already UV IR cut.
Yep. Wow. So yeah. So if I'm gonna look at something real quick and I'm gonna see. Let's see if I can pull this up on astronomy. Let's see, astronomy. That's what I want to do. No, do Blackwater. I'll do Blackwater skies. Blackwater.
Hey, Dan, you want to go back to the 3-up or the 4-up?
Maybe. I feel like it.
Maybe.
Yeah. There you go. And I'm gonna look up IC. Let's see.
So how would everyone go about reducing the blowout of Rigel in that picture? One, definitely the right kind of filter, especially if you're doing something like, I keep saying the NBZ. I would love to try. I'm thinking I really want to try the NBZ on this. And maybe grab my get my RASA, and I'll have to see because I have to check the field of view if how much of I may have to end up doing a mosaic and how much of the 533 using the 533. That's my only one shot color I have right now. How much what that's going to do.
So the question really would be, Eric, is do you want to do that in camera or post process? You got one or two choices.
I would want to do it. For me, it might end up being, probably trying to manage the exposures and going shorter exposure, especially if I'm using the Rasa at f2, I'm gonna have to go short, really short on that, or else that light is just gonna get drawn right in, through that through this Cassegrain, and because it is a true light bucket. I mean, I don't know, 5-10 second exposures, or something, just trying to figure that out, and probably probably no longer than 30, I would think, and just start taking a lot of them. And that would be one idea that I would have. What would you think? Well, how would you approach it, Pete?
Well, you got one of two choices. You can try it, like you said, is that with an NBZ filter, because remember, everybody talks about what an NBZ filter will allow to come through. But remember, we've talked about it also acts as an interference filter. It only allows certain wavelengths of light to pass through. So you're right. In camera, an NBC filter, and then looking at your exposures. Post-processing now, you could definitely look at maybe a couple of different star masks, depending upon what your image looks like coming out of the camera. And, as you said, we talked about a lot of third-party algorithms, oh God, Starzona has a couple of different algorithms for star shrink. Russell Croman, no, not Russell, but there's another couple of star shrink algorithms that are out there. Amy's Astro, right? Is it Amy's Astro?
Yep,
Remember
Amy
we talked
Astro,
about those? Amy Astro, she's got a lot of third party algorithms that you could use. So you can definitely try a lot, because it's just like shooting a horse head, right? You got Elnatak right there.
Yep.
And a lot of times, Elnatak is thrown out.
Yeah.
So
Bill Blanchard's stuff. You can do Bill Blanchard's star reduction methods. He's got 3 of them out there using pixel math.
Yep.
I'm looking to see what kind. Oh my God, I may have to do. Let's see.
But definitely, definitely. They've got a few. You would have to. I would try to tackle it as much as I can in camera, and then of course, through post processing, just do the best. You do the best you can. But it's going to come down to using, it's that mixture of the right exposure times, the right filter, and because it's definitely, that is a reflection nebula, and that's gonna, in that nebula, it's going to reflect that light off onto Hydro. It's going to be crazy.
So that scope at 819, I'm going to have to do a 4x4 mosaic.
Okay.
To fit everything. That's 16 images. That's going to be fun.
That would be interesting.
That's going to be fun. It'll be fun.
Because I'm looking here, if I do this right now, let me put this into Telescopius and using the 533. And if I do a couple of mosaics, I could, in theory, do a 2x2 mosaic, but it's going to be just that's going to be a big close up of the witch head. So, maybe a 3x3 would probably work.
Yeah, I'm actually rethinking it. I might actually do it with the ASCAR.
Okay.
Because that'll lower it to a 2x2.
Yep.
Because you got to remember, I'm doing this with the mono camera too, so it's 2x2 times 5 filters.
Right.
Because I'm doing HA and LRGB.
Right.
So that's I think that'll do it. The 400 will do it, but I also want to get the definition of the nebula too. So you know what I mean? I don't know. This may be a couple of year object. You know, this may take me a couple of years to finish. You know.
Yeah, I hear you.
So
But it's definitely
I may just do it.
What I've got right now would definitely be a mosaic unless I break out the 135.
Yeah, I may just want to do it. I'll do bits and pieces with the astrophysics scope because I want to get the definition in the witch head. I want to get the definition of the cloud because there's a lot of cool stuff in there.
If I use the 135, I can fit it all in with the 533. If I use the 135, the Roken and 135, based off of what Telescopius is telling me.
I apologize to everybody that while I'm eating on the show, I usually don't do this. But
I do. Yeah, and so. And I'm actually, I was looking on Windy, and it looks like it's clearing up. I'm going to have to go out, take a quick look, because maybe I can get this guy outside, you know, so we will see.
Not me. It looks like tomorrow's going to be clear, but unfortunately, I'm going to take my niece to go see Aladdin on Broadway. So.
Oh, you're going on Broadway.
Going on Broadway. Matinee on Broadway to go see Aladdin. And I just hope they serve a lot of wine. So, I wanted to take her to go see the Book of Mormon, but I didn't think that was appropriate for a 13-year-old. So,
wasn't that an album? The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. Come on now.
Yeah,
not that old.
Yeah, exactly.
Now come on.
Yeah.
But hey, so the witch head looks like it's going to be so. So let's get the Pimp My Rig thing going. Get on that. Get on those pictures. Send it.
I'm not mistaken here. Alexa, turn on the astronomy power.
What's that?
Let me see something here.
Milwaukee. Land of Happy Days.
All right. So
there it is.
There it is. Without the camera on it, of course. But heck, I could probably. I'm definitely going to get a lot more noise for sure if I use it. But I could definitely use my Canon DSLR, the 6D, the full frame.
But do you really want to?
I don't know if I really want to.
You know,
I don't know if I really
with that project, you're going to need a lot of time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
The Fonz. No, the best thing that Henry Winkler ever did was Night Shift with Michael Keaton. That's the best thing he ever did. I don't care what anybody says.
That's a good movie. That's a good movie.
Make John a man.
But yeah, so I can definitely get this set up, put on one of my ASI Airs. Maybe I can use I've got an ASI Air Pro here. I've got two of them actually, so I can get that set up and grab one of the guide cameras and guide scopes and get that set up with the 533 and the NBZ. And definitely.
There you go. Well, here's an interesting question from George.
Okay.
Would you keep the 2600 mono and color if you have the two different cameras, or trade up for the 6200 mm?
Me personally, if I'd
keep them.
I keep them. Me personally, I would keep it.
I keep them. Absolutely.
I wouldn't necessarily want to trade up. I think the 2600. I've got the mono. I'm gonna just start having to work a little harder and save up a few more pennies here and there because I want the one shot. But I'm probably gonna have to wait until I'll probably end up waiting until around NEAF when ZWO probably does another sale.
Yep.
You grab it then.
They'll have it. It'll only be 10% though. It won't be 15.
It won't be
But,
15. Yeah.
So,
Yes.
so I'm just curious, what's the image circle of his telescope?
Good question. I don't know which telescope he's using, but
Yeah, I'm not sure which
That's
one
the
he's
key.
using.
That's the key, guys. You got to ask, what's the image circle that he's coming off of the telescope? Because,
What?
you know,
what is
the
it?
2600.
Go ahead, Pete.
No, I'm saying that there's the 2600, right? So he's got the color and he's got the mono, right?
Yeah.
So they're both going to be the same sensor size. But I'm just kind of curious to find out what is the scope that he's using and what's the image circle coming off of that scope.
It's the ES Explore Scientific 165, or he also has a 115. Do you have both of those? There,
So
George?
when you bought this telescope, did you not do a little bit of due diligence to find out what the image circle is? There's another good question. When you start looking at purchasing a scope, you really need to find out what the image circle is, because
Yep.
you got to size the image circle for the camera.
Yep.
And it's very important to do that, because once again, you can get a 70 millimeter image circle and you're going to get an APS-C sensor. Why? It doesn't make sense.
I gotta
So
close the
once
door.
again, this is part of the due diligence, that you always got to find out the specs on the scope that you're getting, because you want to make sure you get the right sensor size appropriate to the image circle.
And that's something we talk about a lot on the show. Match before you buy, and that's what it is, because that's not only the image circle, because the image circle could definitely be a big problem if you got a full frame sensor and you got a small image circle. You're not taking advantage of that large chip, because you're not going to be able to fill it with light. You may need a 4/3 chip or an APS-C. The full frame chip of the 6200, that thing is huge. It's like it's like comparing my Stream Decks. Here's one little Stream Deck, and I can't even lift the other one because it's so big. But it's so much bigger, and you need to have, what is it, 44 millimeter image circle?
It's
For
a
the full
43. Yeah, from corner to corner is 43 millimeters.
43.
28 millimeters APS-C.
Yeah, 43 millimeters. So if you're not generating a 43 millimeter image circle, there's no reason to get a full frame camera. No, you're wasting money, unless if your plan is to upgrade the scope.
Yeah.
Then you could kind of play around with the full frame for a little bit and do what you got to do and take the flats and do what you get. But if your long-term thing is to upgrade the scope and you're getting the
Dan?
Did we lose you?
Yeah, we lost the
audio. Yeah, we lost his audio.
I don't know how that happened. I must have hit it with the chair, I guess. I don't know. I'll have to watch it. It looks like my battery is dying. I don't know why.
Now, full frame, you said is 44?
Full frame is
43.
43, corner to corner, diagonal.
Corner to corner.
Can you hear me now?
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's good. It's not going to be. For some reason, my mic didn't charge for some reason, so my sounds a little funny now. So I apologize about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I was saying, there's no reason to buy that full frame chip unless if you're planning to upgrade the scope for a bigger image circle, just like Pete said. And don't forget pixel size when you're dealing with cameras. Don't forget pixel size. Rule of thumb, and it doesn't work on all places, but rule of thumb, higher pixel size, higher focal length. So, that's just a rule of thumb, just like the 500 rule, unless you're bidding and stuff like that, things can change. But, if you're running native, a lot of people are running with that right, Pete? That 3.76 kind of the chip size, and that's great for what is it, up to about 1200 millimeters, maybe a little bit more. Once you get up over that 2000 millimeters, you're going to want to get something with a bigger pixel size, or you're going to have to start binning.
See, the problem with a lot of the scope manufacturers, the high precision scopes like Takahashi, refractors, Tech, they'll give you specifications on the image circle. Explore Scientific, Lamperni, you got to kind of do a little bit of digging in and do a little research on that, because you're absolutely right, is that they don't, a lot of them do not post that. Case in point, Stellar View, if you go ahead and give Vic Merrick's a call, Vic will tell you exactly what the image circle is. So that way then you can definitely go ahead and make that determination. So just as DB was mentioning, you're right, there isn't a lot of scopes out there that are made for full frame sensors. There's a few, but that's part of the due diligence that you need to go ahead and actually look into that. And then coming back to that question, as Eric said, if his image circle definitely warrants having a full frame sensor, you're absolutely right. I wouldn't go ahead and trade a 26 one-shot color and a monochrome for a 6200. I would definitely keep it. But you're absolutely right. Is image circle is another thing that we should probably mention is that, remember we talked about the 5 points about getting a camera, make sure it's cool, quantum efficiency, full well capacity, the ADC. Just make sure when you buy a telescope, you find out what the specs are on the image circle. That's very important.
Just change something real quick. There you go. And yeah, you know what? I'll do some research on that 115 and 165 for you, George, if you want me to, and I can find you out the image circle. You know what? I want to say the 165 has the capacity for the 44, but I'm not 100% sure. But I can find out the ED 115. I think is just good for APS-C. You're not going to be able to take advantage of a full frame. And now that's a guess. I'll get some information on that and I'll get back to you on that. So, but definitely, don't go buying a full frame camera unless you know that you're going to be able to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
You're going to spend $4,000 on a camera and you're only getting, $2,000 worth of results. So, So it's something you really want to, and Pete, you hit the nail right on the head. Match before you buy. Go to something like astronomy.tools and put in the scope that you got and match the camera to the scope. That will help you with image sampling, under and over sampling. It's not going to help you with the vignetting you're going to get. You're going to have to get that information from the distributor as far as the image circle is concerned and the size of your sensor. So just remember 43 millimeter image circle minimum for a full frame sensor.
Dan, this brings up another good point. I know we mentioned this just a couple times last year because you and I are both into this industry. Mm-hmm. What I always try to tell people is whoever you decide to use as your consultant, ask them to send you some photographs of the work, because if they can't send you photographs, now you know that you're working with somebody that's in that hobby that knows exactly what you're getting yourself into. If you're spending a lot of money on a hardware, you want to make sure you're working with somebody that knows what they're talking about, because I've seen so many times that people will just go ahead and order stuff and they don't even ask the guy to say, hey, do you do this as a hobby? If you just order something from a sales rep, a lot of these people that are in this industry, they don't have a clue about this industry. They have no idea what you're getting yourself into. So I always tell people, regardless, ask if they post on AstroBin, ask if you can see some of their images. If they can't show you their photographs, then believe me, you're working with somebody that knows what you're getting yourself into. And that's very important, because now you're working with the consultant more so than just a typical sales rep.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you know what, if people are, some people are salesmen, some companies are just salespeople, and sometimes you you get on the phone with somebody, and sometimes you know more than the person on the other side of the phone. And it's true. It's true. And and you really want to talk to somebody. It's kind of like, and I hate to put it this way, it's kind of like being you got some sort of addiction. Do you really want to get help from somebody who hasn't been through it? Or do you want to have the help of somebody that knows what they're talking about? So nothing's stopping you from saying, hey, let me see what you've done. Let me see your pictures. Let me see what you've done. Let me see your bad images and how did you combat it? Stuff like that. I show people all the time when I'm in the store. I got astronomy finished photos and astronomy effed photos on my phone. And the effed photos are the ones that are bad, dust modes and satellite trails and bad flats and no darks and amp glow and all that kind of stuff. And then I got the pictures that, hey, this is what happens when you do the right thing and have the right equipment. And this is what happens when you put it all together. And this was taken with this little dinky scope on the shelf over here. But you want to make sure that you really talk to somebody who knows what they're doing. And sometimes they make it tough on the phone. Sometimes they make it, and some people can talk up a good game, right, Pete?
Yep. And it's really interesting, Dan, is that only you and I can appreciate what we do, because we both know that there's no standardization in this industry. Everybody's got each manufacturer has their own unique way of items. So as systems integrators, we get called all the time to put different manufacturers' products together. And I tell you what, sometimes it's hard because, man, you've got to put system A, the system B, the system D, the system P. And then you got to pray to God that when you put all the adapters, it freaking works. It's hard when there's no universal standardization, because there's just so many different manufacturers are making products based upon that. Well, if you buy my telescope, you have to buy my dovetails. You have to buy my guide scopes. You have to buy my cameras. Otherwise, It doesn't work. And I tell you what, it's frustrating to be able to try your best to be able to say, okay, you bought scope rings from where? America. But you bought a guide camera from China. You bought a guide scope from China. You bought a camera from God knows where, and then you're trying to put this thing together. It's amazing that you really have to know your stuff to be able to make this thing come together here, because it really is hard as a systems integrator. It's not to say that it can't be done. It can be done, but people don't understand, why does it cost this much money to make it work? Well, because you decided you want to go with different brands of items. You just don't want to stay with one particular brand product. So that's why it's always more expensive, because it definitely, remember, there's no standardization.
Yeah, and it's tough when you're sitting there trying to, do, an ADM dovetail to a Prima Luce ring to a Stellaview riser to, and you look at them, we call them what is it, the Frankenstein, the Frankenstein setups. That it's just crazy when you just rule of thumb. If you're gonna get a dovetail, just save yourself the headache. Whatever dovetail it is, William Optics, Prima Luce, ADM, I don't care. Get the rings that match the dovetail. It will save you a whole bunch of headaches.
And case in point, remember we were talking about salespeople and sales consultants. How you can tell the difference between the two is, does he know the difference between SAE and metric? Because if he's going to go ahead and get dovetails or scope rings that are metric, and then he says, well, what you really need is you need to get a Los Angeles dovetail plate, but he tells you need 1/4 screws. It ain't going to fit into those scope.
Nope. Nope. Not gonna happen. Sorry, man. Hate to tell you, ain't gonna work. It's like, if Woody would have gone to the police, this would never have happened. There you go. Oh man. let's see. We got, you know what? It was funny. Before we had more thumbs up than we had watchers. Now we have more watchers than we have thumbs up. So we gained 2. So you 2 that joined in, hit the thumbs up. Please help us out by hitting the thumbs up. We had 33 thumbs up and 31 watchers. Now we got 35 watching. And somebody took Sean. Come on, man. You took the thumbs up down again. We lost the thumbs up as soon as we said it. All right, awesome. Yeah, Billy, we'll take a look at that on critique night, which is going to be next Friday. So if you missed what we're doing on the show now, so the first and third weeks are going to be topic night. The second night is going to be, second Friday is going to be critique night. The fourth Friday is going to be member presentation night. So, whoever, again, I know Josh, you're in. Ernie will be in, and a couple other people, but I'll put it on the Discord channel. Whoever wants to be in, just hit me up on Dan at AstroWorldWeb.com. Tell me you want to do a presentation. Charity is back. What's up? Did we lose Eric's audio again or no? Yeah, we did.
No, you didn't.
Ah, there you go. Awesome, Scott. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's
really
some nice
appreciate
words.
it.
Yeah. Hello, Newman. But
Billy, congrats on your first lights on that roll-off roof. Share some pictures of that too. I'd be interested.
Yep, he put in the critique. We'll go over it next Friday.
No, share some pictures of this roll-off.
Oh.
Hey, Dan, this what we just talked about now brings up another thing that we could definitely talk about, is that when our members, when they're thinking about saying, hey, you know what, I'm interested in a new setup, what would you recommend? What we should do is we should literally say, okay, let us kind of work with you. Let us give you our true, honest assessment of what you should do. If it works within your budget, then that was what we would recommend, because you're absolutely right. How many people have gone down a rabbit hole of spending money that if they had really did their due diligence and thought, hey, you know what, I need to work with people that know what they're talking about. That's a good idea. So maybe what we should do is just post out there, say, hey, if you guys are interested, whatever you're deciding to buy, before you buy, run it by us, and we'll honestly give you our assessment.
Yep.
What do you think?
Absolutely. Yeah. If you said it before, you got to do your due diligence, man. And you can't just, even though people want it to be, astrophotography and visual astronomy is not an impulse buy. You cannot do it like that. It's like buying a computer. It's not, even though it can be an impulse buy, it shouldn't be an impulse buy. You know what I mean? You got to do your due, because you know what? You're going to do the same thing that we were talking about. You're going to spend $4,000 on a camera. You're not going to be able to use it, at least not to its full capability. And, it's sad when that happens. And you know what? Do yourself a favor. And I'm being super Simon Cowell honest here. You have to be honest with yourself if you're actually going to use this. Don't spend $20,000 on a rig and expect somebody like Pete, Eric, myself to come down, handhold you, teach you how to use it, and then a year later tell us it's broke because you didn't use it for a year. You know what I mean? So you gotta, it takes a certain level of commitment to do this. You can't, it's not a fly-by-night experience. If you want a fly-by-night experience, spend the $4,000, get a Stellina, and be happy. Done.
Yep.
If you want to do projects and you want to get pictures that that you'll be proud to show, on the internet and all that, you're gonna have to spend a little bit of money. Whether that be wide field, you might be spending a little bit less, or deep sky, you could be spending a little bit more. It's not thousands of dollars either way. You can spend a couple $100 to get some good pictures, but you gotta know your limitations.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. We've seen some phenomenal equipment with like a Celestron AVX. I mean, there's some amazing images that, once again, it's really not the equipment to a degree, but it's more about honing your skill set, because once again, the equipment makes it really easy to use. But as I said, it's the post-processing. And in my industry, I find a lot of people, their weakness is the post-processing, because you're right. They don't have the time. They've got families, they've got jobs, they've got, day-to-day. They don't have the time to really focus on understanding Pixinsight. So you're right. Having algorithms that can make post-processing easier is going to be the way of the future. It'll really kind of help out for a lot of people that just don't have the time to spend 5 or 6 hours learning a new post-processing, software program. But you're absolutely right. Before you buy anything and you spend a lot of money, because you can go, and we all know you can go down a rabbit hole pretty quick. Work with somebody that you're going to feel comfortable with, that knows what they're talking about. And Dan, I know you've done this. You've had probably people say that they want this, but this is what the budget is. And I'm going to say, well, save your money until you get to this point, and then call me back. I don't want to sell you anything at this point, because you're not going to be happy with what I've done, and we're going to part not being very close. So just save your money. And believe me, everybody wants to buy stuff right now, but sometimes just wait, and it'll all come together.
Everyone's saying some really nice words about the show. Thank you so much for the love, man. It's really nice. Thank you. We try and help, we try and teach, and we try and learn from everybody in the chat too. So we don't know everything, and what we don't know, we'll look up. but thank you for the kind words. It means a lot. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, absolutely, it does.
Aladdin tomorrow should be fun. Thank you, Dylan. Thank you, Scott. Again, just be honest with yourself. What results do you really want to get that's more realistic? You got to be realistic with your expectations of what you can do. Are you willing to put in the time? Because this, just like anything else, you want to learn how to swing a bat, it takes time to practice. You want to learn how to throw a football, it takes practice. You want to learn how to swing a golf club, that takes a lot of practice. And in my opinion, it takes a lot more practice to hit a ball that's sitting on the ground than it does a ball coming at you 90 miles an hour. But that's just me.
And Dan, as you said, if it was easy, everybody'd be doing it. It'd be just like terrestrial photography, right? It's hard, no question about it. But once again, it depends upon how much time that you want to invest. Because remember, what you're capturing now is those photons that have been traveling through time and space for millions of years, thousands of years. But to be able to say that you capture that image, and it's like that image that's behind Dan right now, the post-processing of it is really what you feel proud of. I mean, you can look at that and you can say, hey, if I even get one photograph that I'm proud of out of how many 50s, you're going to definitely grow by your successes, and you're going to learn by your failures. And that's the whole secret to this hobby.
Yep, and that leads me to one of my favorite quotes from the Beatles, which I'm not a Beatles fan, but I love this.
Oh, man. Oh, you should be shot.
I think Paul McCartney's a whiny little baby, and the only person that had any real talent was John Lennon. But that's just me.
It was George Harrison. He was the one that
he was a good guitarist. Without Lennon writing the lyrics, he had nothing. But anyway.
Oh, you kidding me? Oh, man, that's another discussion offline.
But the quote is, for every mistake, we must surely be learning. And that can't be more true for astrophotography. You're going to sit there, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to screw up star sizes, you're going to screw up a mask, you're going to screw up image scale, you're going to screw up something. But you know what? Like Pete said, you'll learn from your mistakes. And that's, you can't sit there and expect, things to just happen. You can spend $100,000 on a rig. You don't know how to, if you don't know how to make a mask, you're screwed.
Yep.
Yep, frustration. You know, there's a lot of frustration involved. I remember in the beginnings of me when I was learning deconvolution in Pixinsight. I swear to God, I spent like 3.5 hours deconvolving one photo just to get the global bright and the global dark right and the de-ringing and all this kind of stuff. And now what? You got BlurX. You hit a button, it's done. You know, I mean, it's like, you know, it's amazing. But yeah, decon was hard. And Sean at Visible Dark, you know, until I swear, I want to know what your deconvolution rate is on the video over the next 3 months and see if it kind of goes down, because you have a great decon video.
He does. He does.
I must have watched it 20 times, but you know, and every time I do it, I have it in the background. It's like this comfort, like ASMR.
You and me both, man.
You know, it's like ASMR. It's like there's Sean in my earrings telling me what to do, and you know, you said that, but you know, with the introduction of BlurX, I wonder if the view rate on that kind of tanks a little bit. I'm just curious, but that's just me. but it's like listening to Sean is like listening to Bob Ross. It's like, here's a little tree right here, and we can make it. He's so happy, and you know, we're gonna put a little cloud over here. Isn't that a happy little cloud right there? You know, I'm just messing with you, Sean. No, we didn't do image of the week. We didn't do the Masters of Pixinsight Class. It's 9:43. We should probably do that real quick. I love Sean. Sean's my favorite, one of my favorite Canucks. So let's do that. Let's do image of the week, because let's see. All right, let me grab this. Let me go into the AstroWorld admins. Actually, we'll do the live site first, because we're going to need that to take a look at the pictures. Now, the funny thing about this week's picture of the week, once I pull it up, there we go. So once I pull up the picture of the week here, right? And it's loading up. So we got a couple pictures here. So you see this picture of the week right here? It says no info. This was sent by a member, and he put it in for a critique instead of picture of the week, but it landed in the picture of the week folder, so I threw it up there. So if he wins, it'll be funny, because it's not supposed to be there. It's kind of like David Cook in American Idol. You know, he wasn't supposed to be there. His brother was the one that auditioning. He auditioned and ended up winning. So that'd be pretty funny. So then we got the Andromeda Galaxy, and this is Dave Schaefer. And then we got a Starless Rosette by AZ Forerunner. And then we got Josh, Triffid and Lagoon and the area there. And then we got Mark Ellis and the jellyfish.
Oh, remember when Mark posted that? It was green.
Yep.
Remember that first time?
Yeah, he made some changes.
Yeah.
I like this one better.
I like it.
So let's see who won.
All righty.
All polls. Image of the week, January 6th. Here we go. View results. We got 16 votes in. Here we go. We have a tie.
Whoa.
We have a tie. Andromeda Galaxy and Mark's jellyfish.
Oh boy.
So we have a tie.
Can we have a tie?
Well, this is only picture of the week, so both ties get into picture of the month. But if there's a tie for picture of the month, both win. So just like we had last May, where Dave and Josh both tied in May. So congratulations to Dave and to Mark for picture of the week. The first one for January, I think, right? Yeah, it's the first one for January. And let's get back to live. There we go. And Ty, get out of here. What did we decide on? They both get yes. Yeah. So that it is. They both get in. All right, Dylan, relax yourself. All right, let me get off the wheel spinner. Yeah, and let's see. AstroWorld. Where is it? Mars Camp giveaway. All right, so here we go. So here is the wheel. We had no new entries this week, so we're still at 141. And this is for a free Masters of Pixinsight class, which the next one is Tuesday. This Tuesday coming up. Eric, are you there? Oh,
Yeah,
there you are. Your mouth just like stayed still for a little bit. I thought you were frozen.
Nope.
Here we go. Let me get my notepad out. And who wins today? George Albrecht. I know George. George is a watcher of the show.
Right.
So we'll give it to George.
Congrats, George.
Congrats to George. Here you go, Georgie. And there we go. So George, you will get an email from Pete Proul on how to redeem your voucher for the show. I'll get it out to you tonight, so you'll be able to check it out on Tuesday night, 7:00. And if you don't want it, you could go to the next one or go to any other one that you want.
There you go.
Nice.
Congratulations there, George.
So this Wednesday coming up, we got RFT. I'm so excited. RFT Stars with Carlos. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Everybody, don't forget to bring the checkbooks for these guys. We're going to write them a check.
Really, really appreciate anyone, whatever you can give, whatever you feel comfortable in giving. I'm sure Carlos and RFT Stars and these kids would really appreciate any support that they could get.
Yep. And, AstroWorld will always raise it up to the nearest 100. So that's we've been getting a lot of support, not only from the Patreon account, YouTube ads, that kind of stuff. So this allows us to give back quite a bit now at this point. So it's nice to have a little kitty going. So we'll continue to do this, and hopefully second quarter we'll come up with something else. Eric, how long are you gonna leave that tree up, man?
Until my son comes home.
When does your son come home?
We're hoping towards the end of the month.
Thought you were gonna say like June.
Yeah, no, probably not till then. But he's probably coming home. We're hoping either late January or early February, just so he can have it just so we can keep his presents under the tree.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's see, anything else? So Ty, everyone, Dylan, don't be upset. It'll be fine. And I still got to do this. Guy. This is still unopened. Got to do this little video. All right. I guess that's it for tonight. I think we're a little silent. I think we're a little tired. Everybody's a little tired.
It's just a week, yeah. It's probably towards week, it's weekend, everything.
Hey, you know what? If you want this, Dylan, you can buy it from me for $199. There you go. It's gonna be open though. So I mean, because I gotta do the testing on it. I still gotta do that video. But whatever. Awesome. Thank you, everybody, so much. So, Eric, final thoughts?
No, again, just a great show, great conversation. Really great topics. That came out of this, and really good conversation. And we should continue to have conversations like this. This was, I think, a lot of people appreciated, what we're doing here and the chats that we're having. So, no, really appreciate everybody's support for AstroWorld. And don't forget, share the show, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, and let us know how we're doing. We would really appreciate it. And yeah, besides that, have a great weekend, everybody, and clear skies.
That's right. David's joining us from the DR. So,
oh, great.
He's on vacation in DR.
He's on vacation. Nice. Appreciate you hanging out with us, man.
You should be drinking tequila or something, man. What are you doing watching us?
Jamaican rum, yeah, absolutely.
Something. Overproof, man. Overproof. Pete, final thoughts?
Yeah, I'm going to ask this question to the viewer membership. I've kind of noticed that we're right hovering at about 30 to 40 members on Wednesdays and Friday nights. I'm going to ask the viewer membership this question. What do you think that it would take if we could kind of push that up to 50? And then once we hit that plateau, what would we need to do to kind of push it up a little bit more than that? I think there's a lot of valuable information that we all provide here. And I know that we've gotten some very good words from the viewer membership. And to that, I want to thank everybody. But as you said, how can we spread the word? I would really like to see us kind of get over that plateau. And I've been kind of thinking about this, Dan and Eric, and I'm thinking, there is things that we've talked about that we're going to do this year, but maybe the viewer membership can maybe give us some ideas. So I'm going to kind of leave that to them and just say, hey guys, help us out. What can we do? Do you have ideas that we can go ahead to increase the online viewer membership? And please let us know. We'll definitely do it.
Dylan said he's going to do the best he can to share it over on Twitter. He's got a lot of followers on Twitter. So
pole dancers.
All right, Eric. So you're gonna get the Speedo on and pole dance at Tree next week. So.
Oh my god! Oh my god, that's so funny.
Hey.
I mean, everybody likes the show. How is it that if you guys like the show, how do we kind of just spread the word then? And then, as Eric says, how do we spread the gospel? Sharing is caring. How can we just increase the viewer membership? So that's an open-ended question, and I'm going to leave it to everybody to think about it, and let's see what we can do. It's a collective question to everybody.
Yeah, and if you have any ideas, you want to email me or Eric or Pete, please do. We're gonna do that. Eric, you got to get that green screen up. And just take a video of you running around. And then we'll throw Pete as a talking head in the middle.
I'm just listening and I'm reading the chat here. I'm just like,
but seriously, two are
there you go. That's it.
But seriously, to all the viewer memberships, seriously, thank you very much. It really is a pleasure to be here, and I can really attest, we all enjoy it. And if we didn't enjoy it, we wouldn't be here. So thank you all.
Absolutely. And again, like Pete said, and like Eric said, share the show. We love doing this. We're going to continue to do this as long as we physically are able to do it. So hopefully, which is years and years to come. And thank you for the 36 thumbs up. Please share the show. Put it on every single thing you could do. Either YouTube it. You want to review us on YouTube? Go right ahead. I don't care. That's fine. You want to throw something on Twitter? Go ahead. I don't care. But just so we could get the word out, because I think we really do. If we didn't think we had something special here, we wouldn't be doing this. And I think the people that we have that contribute not only on the video part of the show, the people in the background that do the website, the people in the background, and all the members in the chat on Patreon, on YouTube subscribers, all the people that kind of watch us and deal with all of us, sometimes talking a lot of garbage, but we talk a lot of fun stuff and good stuff too. And somebody said in the chat the other night, those little nuggets that we have that we just come out with, and it's like all of a sudden, if we could turn that light bulb on one person and say, ah, shoot, that's what I'm doing wrong, then it makes it worth it. And it's really, really a cool feeling when it happens. So please feel free to spread the word any way you can. I'm not gonna come after you with a copyright infringement or anything. So feel free to do any sort of advertising you can to help the show out, and, make us grow. So, all right. Maybe I'll make that my new YouTube channel, a breakdown of the nuggets that are dropped. Man, feel free to download anything you want, man. There is, let's see, how many? 200 videos. So that's an average of 2 hours of video. So that's 450 hours or so worth of AstroWorld. So have fun going through that. Hey, listen, if you do that, that's great, and I'll put it on our YouTube too, and we can have a year in review and all that, and that would be great. But feel free, and everybody, have a good night. It's almost 10 o'clock. Thank you everybody for watching and hanging out with us.
Thank you. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Yeah, have a great weekend. I'm gonna have a great time at the matinee of Aladdin tomorrow with about double fist in the wine, and we'll have a good time. So everybody, have a good night. Remember, as always, keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And we'll see you next time, Wednesday night, with Carlos Aragorn and Reach for the Stars. So have a good night, everybody. Buy a calendar.
See you, everybody.